One of the dramas that unfolded this offseason was what was going to happen with edge rusher Za'Darius Smith. And it finally came to a head last Friday as the Vikings traded the soon-to-be 31-year-old pass rusher to the Browns, and he's getting a rework contract for $11.75 million. And also it was reported that the Vikings would be picking up some of that salary. Now the question was, how much of it was it gonna be? Where, hey, if the Vikings picked up a significant chunk of it, that's a pretty big L for Kwesi. If you picked up very little, you're kind of good to go. Full details came out today. Field Yates, ESPN Go. In the rework deal for Za'Darius Smith to facilitate the trade from Minnesota to Cleveland, Vikings we're going to eat $1.177 million in form of signing bonus. So since it's a signing bonus, the Vikings could actually spread that cap charge over 5 years, or they could take it all on the chin this year. TBD what they're going to do. The Browns adjust Smith's cap charge down to $3.032 million in 2023. Hashtag the cap is a myth. Smith's upside in 2023 is up to almost $13 million in cash. So basically everyone wins. The Browns get a nice ancillary pass rusher opposite of Myles Garrett. Za'Darius gets himself a bit of a raise from $9.5 million and change up to potentially 13, as well as he has the option to hit free agency after the season. And the Vikings get to upgrade a couple of day 3 draft picks for the small cost of $1.177 million. So basically at the end of the day, this is what happened. The Vikings are going to pay $1.177 million dead, is what it is. And for that cost, just see it as basically the Vikings buying draft pick upgrades. So they get a 2024 fifth rounder in exchange for a 2025 sixth, and then a 2025 fifth rounder in exchange for a 2025 seventh rounder. And that's where it is right now. And I understand a lot of fans have been upset. It's like, well, Za'Darius was playing really good before he got hurt last year. That's the thing. Za'Darius, he's on the wrong side of 30. He hasn't been healthy over the last couple seasons. He had the back issue in the final year with Green Bay. He had a chronic knee injury that significantly curtailed his production in the second half of the season. And also, he didn't want to be here. Like, he signed a horrible contract. He was agitating to get out. He didn't want to be here. Yes, the Vikings could have been like, hey, you signed the contract, you play here or play nowhere else, but how do you think that would affect the locker room, especially from a supposed leader on the team? That would have been no bueno, and that would have spit in the face of the culture that Kwesi and O'Connell are trying to build. So the Vikings, I think, got about as much value as you could get, and Kwesi has a win here, doing business with his former boss and mentor Andrew Berry. And the Vikings, they set themselves up very nicely to absorb the blow of losing Za'Darius. So Danielle Hunter, extend him, do it long term. Davenport coming in as a free agent would be great if he panned out on his potential finally. Patrick Jones second, I think, is going to have a big year. Andre Carter the second has all the potential in the world in a couple of seasons. Wanham, Villain, etc. So overall, I'm glad that it's over. I'm glad that's over. I'm glad that the Vikings didn't end up paying like $5 million, because that would have been not so good. But getting through with a prime Johan Santana ERA of 1.177. Dental floss thin, baby. I'm perfectly fine with that. And I think that it is a W for Kwesi. But your thoughts are thoughts. Full details of the Za'Darius Smith trade are finally in. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.